Domain Name System Security Extension, the future of our Internet. Hello, I'm Brandon Como, a CIS student at MWCC Community College. The Internet that has become a commonplace for work, information, entertainment, and fun has also become a playground for hackers and a cyber world of deceit and thievery. Security is now a major player in the field of technology, as the ever-growing need to secure data and protect investments pursues. The domain name system, the phone book of the Internet, which maps site names to numbers to be found on the Internet, is an old technology that is in need of more security to keep up with today's threats. Domain Name System Security Extension is the first step in securing our online experience, and when fully deployed would digitally sign resource records, validate server queries, and ensure data integrity and authentication. First, we need to understand DNS, the domain name system, and how it works. The domain name system's purpose is to match or map unique numbers called Internet Protocol address to a specific name. Resolving name servers are used like a phone book to look up these domain names and match them to a specific Internet Protocol address. When you search your browser for a URL, for example www.example.com, your browsing operating system will see if it knows what the IP address already is, which could be stored in memory or cache. If both the operating system and browser cannot find the IP address, the operating system will send a query to the resolving name server. If the IP we're looking for does not reside in the resolving name server's cache, then it will query the root name server to find the answer. If the root name server does not have the IP it's looking for in its cache, it will tell the resolving name server what top-level domain server to query. In this case, it would be the .com TLD server. If the top-level domain server, again in this case is the .com TLD, does not have the IP in its cache, it will tell the resolving name server what name server to query. The authoritative name server, in this case example.com, will then answer the resolving name server's query with the IP address that is mapped to www.example.com and will return an IP like 192.168.1.1 to the resolving name server. The resolving name server returns the IP address to the operating system, which then returns it to the browser. This all happens without the user even knowing and happens in the blink of an eye. In 2008, cache poisoning, also known as the Kaminsky bug, was discovered by Dan Kaminsky, a director of penetration testing at IO Active, who discovered the exploit and design flaw within the domain name system's infrastructure. Cache poisoning is carried out by hackers in an attempt to insert fake address record for an internet domain into a domain name system. If the server accepts a fake record, the cache is poisoned and the subsequent requests for the address of the domain are answered with the address of a server controlled by the attacker. DNSSEC works by adding digital signatures and adds new resource record types to include resource record signature, DNS public key, delegation signer, and next secure. Domain Name System Security Extension signs domain name system data using cryptography through a series of validation keys. This ensures that the public keys and private keys go with the data that was received. With DNSSEC, answers from the protected servers and zones are all digitally signed, allowing the resolving name server the ability to validate that information sent is identical to the site you visited. The answer to all of our internet security problems is not completely solved by the deployment of DNSSEC. However, it does prevent the major threat discovered in 2008. Cache poisoning, or the Kaminsky bug, has changed the way DNS should be secured and is a call for action. The once thought of impossible because its complexity and error-prone deployment is now becoming a new standard. The current barrier are no longer technical, says Nathan Meyer, product manager at F5 Networks and networking appliances company that makes DNSSEC solutions. The Domain Name System Security Extension provides trust for users as it ensures that user data from the original source is not modified in any way. And it also determines if whether or not the domain name does really exist without the threat of the cache poisoning attack. It would be foolish not to do everything within our means to secure our data and protect our internet for the future.